Welcome or welcome back to WatchAdvisor on YouTube. It's Alexander speaking, your host, and on your picture you see the ROLEX Oyster Perpetual Datejust 36, and you see four different dials, four different execution of the Datejust 36. A steel version with a green palm motif dial. You have a steel and yellow gold version with a palm motif. You have these are both watches with an oyster strap. This is a Jubilee strap with a fluted dial as well, and a fluted design on the dial and a fluted bezel. This is yellow gold, and we do have also palm motif, fluted bezel, and an oyster Jubilee strap in Everose gold and Oystersteel. Don't forget to subscribe and to hit the bell to get our latest notifications. So I took one of the four watches you just saw in the introduction. They're all the same watches, same diameter, same lug-to-lug distance. The bracelets taper the same way, the thickness is the same. All the watches feature an easy link system. I will quickly run you through. With one model, I have been choosing the steel version with the Oyster bracelet, a combination of brushed and polished Oyster bracelet. You see it here with that green palm motif. So the size of the case is 36 millimeters. The bracelet itself tapers from here 20 millimeters up here down to 15 millimeters in the clasp, 20 to 15 millimeters. We've been measuring 15 millimeters of thickness. So that's the case. From this side with the Rolex crown, and you see the cyclope, the magnifying glass on it. When I'm turning into the dial, you see that clearly here, the magnifying glass, typical Rolex magnifying glass, and there you see it is really magnifying the 28 I've been setting. Okay, show you the watch from the other side, and whilst doing this, I will also tell you the lug-to-lug distance. So I always measure lug-to-lug from one end of the lug to the other lug, and I've been measuring 43 millimeters. So that's a watch that really is dedicated to be on a smaller wrist and looks good there, absolutely good. As always, you will always discover that indication, superlative chronometer, officially certified on the dial. This is what Rolex always has on its dial. And superlative chronometer, what does it mean? The watch is powered by the caliber 3235. It is a caliber, a movement that first goes to COSC, is certified officially by COSC, comes back to Rolex, is encased, and then the entire watch goes through a heavy and I would say tough testing procedure, as all the Rolex watches do, to be certified as a superlative chronometer. This is a certification Rolex give its watches. The watch is tested, heat, cold, magnetism, shocks, water tightness, everything is tested, in-house testing, and the precision of the movement is improved to -2 + 2 seconds, -2 + 2 seconds compared to -4 + 6 seconds. That's what COSC requires. So -2 + 2 is challenging. I can tell you that you are able to regulate the movement in a size as this, in a small movement. It's challenging, and it is an accuracy that is really absolutely gorgeous. 70 hours of power reserve on top, and the case, as always with Rolex watches, 100-meter waterproof. The crown is a screw down crown, of course, so you have to open it, unscrew it, then you can You can, in the first position, you're able to wind the watch just in case you need to do this. Second position, you will be able to set the date. And third position, of course, to set the hour and the minutes if you need to do this. I said it before, of course, Easy Link is there. So once you need to find some 5 millimeters extra, or you think that the watch is too loose on your wrist, you have the Easy Link. And Easy Link means that either you position it to the left or to the right, left, right. You can gain or lose 5 millimeters of extra length on the strap, and this is integrated here. You see these 5 millimeters. Then you close and you extend or not. Very easy, very helpful and useful. You see now we have been losing 5 millimeters. You clearly see this in the clasp when I show you. Now I'm opening up. Forgive me that I block your view with my gloves, but it's so difficult. And now it is fixed and you see that there's a difference. I gained 5 millimeters. Easy Link. .36 millimeter Datejust, Oyster Perpetual Datejust with a golden palm motif, a Rolesor, steel and gold on my wrist. Nicely looking. The dial offering some different aspects depending on the light coming on it, as you can clearly see. Steel and gold also on the clasp, of course, yeah. 36 millimeter would be too small for me, but who knows what your taste is, and we all know tastes are different. So please use the comment section, let me know what you think about these watches. Would you wear one? Is it too feminine for you, or the other way around? Is it too masculine if you're a woman watching the video? Just let me know what you think about the palm motif dial and the way you can wear that Oyster Perpetual Datejust 36 millimeter version. 36 millimeter ROLEX Oyster Perpetual Datejust, 36 millimeter, I just said it, with a fluted design dial, a Rolesor, 18 karat, yellow gold and steel combined, but this time on the Jubilee bracelet. We saw some Oyster bracelets just before, and this is the Jubilee bracelet with the clasp. Also here, the gold, combination of yellow gold and Oystersteel. We come back. A watch, 36 millimeters. I don't know why, appears bigger on my wrist than the watches with the Oyster bracelet. Is it the case? Is it a watch, by the way, you would wear with that fluted dial design? Is it too busy, the dial? Would you want to wear such a watch? Is it probably more a watch for a woman, or is it too masculine for a woman? Let me know all these thoughts you have about the watch, please, in the comment section. I'm so curious to read that. 36 millimeters. It appears bigger. I can't. Yeah, the more I look at it, maybe it's the Jubilee bracelet that makes this difference, but it appears to be bigger on my wrist. I can't change. I'm curious to know what you will say. ROLEX Oyster Perpetual Datejust on my wrist, 17 centimeters. I do repeat that a couple of times, so in case you have not been listening or hearing it before, 17 centimeters on my wrist. And once again, we're showing you all these new Datejust watches with those different dies. By the way, there's also palm motif here. It is a watch that combines Everose Gold, the patented Everose Gold of Rolex with Oystersteel. You see that it's the Jubilee bracelet. And with that fluted design also of the bezel, it is the same with the watch in yellow gold. You just saw in the picture. It appears to be bigger on my wrist. I can't say why. Interesting. The second one. Let me know if you agree or not, please. Interesting to know that. And you see, that's how it looks from the side. Nice when you come up from the Jubilee bracelet and all of a sudden you see the fluted design of the base. So you see the cyclope, the magnifying glass already on the sapphire crystal, and then there is the dial. This palm design, the new design of the Rolex dials here. Interesting. Of course, we're also showing you a Lume shot of this dial. Lots of chromalite. That's what Rolex uses to make these dials literally shine when it is dark, and you will see a Lume shot right now. Just watch. This is what you get, and this is what is really long lasting. Rolex has very much been working on that it's not only glowing when you are charging it, it's always also lasting, and this is the difference to I would say, some other dials you might encounter in the Swiss watch industry. So thank you very much for watching the video about this new introduction of dials and executions of the Oyster Perpetual Datejust 36 millimeters. And what I still owe you are, of course, the prices. And let me start with the steel version, Oystersteel version with the Oyster bracelet. It is sold for 6,700 Swiss francs, including 7.7% VAT here in Switzerland. Then the version in Oystersteel and yellow gold with the palm design and the fluted bezel is sold for 10,400 Swiss francs. The versions with the Jubilee bracelet, the fluted bezel and the fluted design, as they call it, fluted design dial, 11,100, and Everose Gold in combination with that fluted bezel and the palm motif and the Jubilee, as just said, is sold for 11,400, 11,400, 11,100, 10,400, and 6,700. Thanks a lot for watching. I hope you liked the video, you liked my wrist shots, and comments, please. Go and take out your, bring out your thoughts, type them in the comment section. I'm very curious to hear and read, read, because I will read your comments. I'm very curious to read your comments. Bye-bye for now, and stay tuned on WatchAdvisor on YouTube.